Hi CCPS, this is Jeff Lawson. Today is September 4th, 2025, and I want to touch on an issue that you may have heard about already regarding a recommendation to our Board of Education surrounding graduations for this year's class of 2026. I think it's important to recognize early on the importance of tradition and values, the things that the community is used to. And I've been in the school system now for 17 years, and I've attended, I believe, 48 graduations. I try not to miss many. And over the years, I've become increasingly frustrated with some of the things that we see as it relates particularly to weather and conditions surrounding our graduations occurring outside in the football stadiums. I know our school principals and their staff do a tremendous amount of work to get the venues ready for the special night. We typically will allow for a rain date. And I think it's important to recognize that as we make a recommendation to have our graduations moved to the Bob Carpenter Center at the University of Delaware on their campus, there's a number of reasons to do it. Really, it starts with weather. Most recently, last June, during the graduation for the class of 2025 at Elkton High School, I attended that particular graduation. We were 10 minutes or so into the ceremony when a tornado watch was issued. Upon hearing that, the assistant principal at the time started rapid fire calling names just to get them across the stage. Tierney Davis, the board member, had an excellent speech prepared. They pulled it simply because we wanted to get the crowd out of the stadium as quickly as possible. I know they had a similar experience at Northeast High School on the same evening. Northeast in particular, they moved the graduation time up because of the impending thunderstorms, and then the buses got stuck in town, so we couldn't get several of the audience members to the stadium, and they were delayed, and they simply sat and waited. And these are just a couple examples of what we've dealt with over the years. If you go back to 2021, there's a video clip of Dr. Boyer, the principal at the time at Perryville High School, and Mr. Malish, the then board president, handing out diplomas in the absolute driving rain. We just believe the time is now to do this. If we go to the Bob Carpenter Center, seating is typically in the range of 6,000 seats. Each graduate, we start by issuing them 10 to 12 tickets. If a graduate wants more for their family, if they reach out to the administration, they can simply make a request, and typically they're all honored because the venue is so large. Parking is taken care of. Parking is free. There's no charge to families at all for this entire event. The ADA accommodations provided for at the University of Delaware are second to none. If you have a family member with a disability or an elderly family member, they get taken right into ground level to sit on the floor where the graduates are. And we expect to live stream all events. And so we're really excited about that. The sound system, again, extremely high quality sound system. So there's really a bunch of reasons to do this, and we're excited to make this recommendation to the Board of Education. A lot of questions are brought up around cost. There is a cost associated. The cost is a sliding scale, so if you have more than one graduation in a day, it gets cheaper and cheaper. They will not allow a graduation to be within 3 hours of each other, so if one graduation starts at 1 o'clock, the soonest we could have a second graduation would be 4 o'clock. So there's a lot of reasons to do this. We're really excited about the prospects. We think it's a great thing to do. You can check with our neighbors to the west in Harford County. They graduated at Harford College. Whether it's Anne Arundel, Carroll County, Baltimore County, Unionville School District, Garnet Valley, Avon Grove, Newcastle County, pretty much the common practice these days is to graduate inside. And so certainly, as usual, if you have questions, you can reach out to me directly, and I'll be happy to answer those questions. And I think for me, my ultimate goal is to give our students and their families the best graduation experience as we can, while at the same time honoring the tradition that's valued so much. We would ask our high school principals to provide some kind of venue, whether it's in the stadium the day before, a few days before the actual graduation ceremony, to open up the stadium, so if any families want to come and take pictures with their caps and gowns in a stadium, we could certainly accommodate that. We'd also looking at possibly running buses from the school to the University of Delaware for families who might be interested in that transportation. And So with that, we're optimistic. We will provide our Board of Education with all the details they could want on September 10th. And again, if you have any questions, reach out to me directly. Thank you. Have a great day.